All right, folks, what is up? Welcome to your week one matchups. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to everybody who participated in draft weekend, which was everybody. This is the first time, I think, in several years we actually had everybody live drafting all together. So just a really wonderful weekend. I enjoyed myself. I hope everybody else did. Big shout out to everybody who contributed, but great time as always. Looking forward to next year. I think this was a trip everybody needed with the craziness of 2020. So that's what I want to get out of the way first, because the rest of this video is going to be a lot of hate because the world rears its ugly head again. So in our first matchup, we're going to look at the established P corners, Nick, versus our newest member, Britt, who is bird deep in green. So apparently, while Sam has the Andy money, Britt is bird deep in the green. Ben, obviously heavy hitters with Zeke Elliott, Nick Chubb, not straying too much from his heavy RB stable, as he calls it. He is rolling with Robert Woods in the flex, as we picked up Lockett late in the draft. Other than that, Lions heavy for the special teams and kicker. On the bench, leaving Stephon Diggs and Deshaun Jackson, which, I mean, projection-wise, he's got the right guys in there. Also with Rodgers on the bench. As we flip over to Britt, our newest member, she, of course, is rolling with Joe Burrow because she stole him from her husband. Josh Jacobs, running back, and then Julio Jones. AJ Green, she does not believe in the Jack Gray curse of AJ Green there in the flex. And of course, going heavy on special teams and kicker, went ahead and grabbed both Baltimore people there, the Baltimore D and Justin Tucker. The only person of interest really on her bench is Scam Newton, who is projected for more points than Joe Burrow this week. So we'll see how that plays out. Nick, a heavy favorite there by about 6 points. No players who have played yet. As we make our way to our next matchup, we have the Lamar Haunted Acres, not to be confused with Hannah Haunted Acres coming up downtown, Josh, against Florida Man Adam. And we've already had some action from these guys, as we had Tyreek Hill for Josh go on Thursday. He already got 15 points jumping out. He's also got Lamar Jackson and Michael Thomas rounding out the core of his team. He will then deploy Julian Edelman in the flex over the likes of, I guess just John Brown, really. Got Preston Williams as well. So Josh with his best lineup here projected at 120. Also projected at 120, and with 30 points in the bank after Thursday's Adam, who had Deshaun Watson pick up 20, and kicker Harrison Butker picked up 10. Adam is then rolling with Chris Carson and DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams. Adams' team, a lot of star power in name, as he also rounds out with Gronk and Mark Ingram. So we'll see if those names can carry him to a victory this week in what is probably one of our closest matchups. Like I said, about tenths of a point separating them. We'll flip over to my dog shit matchup, because my team is dog shit. Where the McAssholes have already gotten 1 point out of Kaimi Fairbairn, because he missed a fucking 50-yard field goal. And then Deebo Samuel is now the new AJ Green this year because he's on my team. Mike Evans is also hurt. But enough about that. I am rolling with Josh Allen, Chris Godwin, DJ Shark, and George Kittle as the core of my team. A lot of rookie running backs there. On the flip side, I got that Andy Money Sam, who is probably just picking out 3 or 4 people to drop the first 40 burgers of the year on me. She's got a strong stable as well with Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, and James Conner in the flex. Starting wide receivers leave a little to be desired with Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen. Not bad, solid options. She's projected to nab me by 8 points this week. Of note on her bench, not a whole lot. She could swap in Marvin Jones maybe, but she has her strongest team out there. Probably going to whoop me, because that's how it goes. Let's flip on over to Odell Swift's splashback in Ben. And the Filthy Finger Sweeps, Andy, still rocking that name. Ben's got Dak and Derrick Henry flanking Odell and his love of number twos. On his bench, no one of real interest. Carson Wentz on the bench instead of Dak in the starting roster instead of Carson Wentz on the bench. Flip over to Andy, who has finally made some roster changes as he's dealing with injuries to Miles Sanders and Cortland Sutton. He's going to ride the Breeze Kamara tandem there in New Orleans, flanked as well by Zach Ertz in Philly. And then Jarvis Landry in Cleveland. Those are the key components of his team. Lower scoring matchup here, as was mine and Sam's, but Ben with the 3-point edge as of right now. Okay, let's flip over to our fifth matchup here. We've already got some points out with the Kenosha Hat Tricks Jake, currently with 19.8 points, and Dick Mixon, our defending champs, who apparently was not good enough as a solo. He had to go out and feature TK and TB. Jake got a swift 19.8 points from CEH on Thursday. He's also got Run CMC as well. Russell Wilson deploying T.Y. Hilton and Cooper Kupp in the slot. His team is so good, he's got Amari Cooper on the bench. So projected at 123 so far. Dick Mixon, of course, rolling with Joe Mixon and Todd Gurley as his stable of running backs, playing Tom Brady this week, and he is suffering the injury bug of Kenny Galladay. So wide receivers are looking a little weaker with DK Metcalf and Tyler Boyd. Jake with a 7-point edge on Bobby. That brings us to our matchup of the week, our first matchup of the week, because I believe it's going to be our highest, or one of our highest scoring matchups. The Ambassador of Stonks, who looks like the early leader, against Up Yours, Aaron. Brad's got 19.9 in the bank thanks to David Johnson's debut with the Texans. The guy who replaced him, Kenyon Drake, to partner with Saquon Barkley. So he's rolling with a decent amount of running backs in his stable as well. He's going to partner that with Kyler Murray production, Adam Thielen at wide receiver. So we will see how that goes. On the flip side, Aaron in Up Yours, because apparently his team name was not well appreciated last year. He has banked almost 40 points, with Patrick Mahomes putting up 20 on Thursday, and Will Fuller hauling in 19 points for him. In his running backs, we've got Austin Eckler and Raheem Mostert. Be interesting to see Mostert as the quote-unquote guy, the paid guy now. After being burned by Juju Smith-Schuster, he's got him back this year as well. Rolling with Philip Lindsay in the flex over Sterling Shepard and CeeDee Lamb. He also left Sammy Watkins on the bench, who busted out for 21 points. So right now, Brad projected at 123, which is down a little bit from the early week numbers. Aaron projected at 117 almost. But this is our matchup of the week. So we got a lot of high-powered production going on here. It's week 1, and hopefully we get a full season, and it's good to be playing fantasy football again. See you guys next week.